What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trying to Make Farming Similar 25, the most realistic farming sim yet. As you probably saw in the thumbnail, we made a purchase. So, I know it's been a couple weeks as well. Unfortunately, my GPU decided to quit on me, and replacing it was not simple. So, we're going to fill up with the dried standard soybean. That was interesting. I shouldn't be shutting off like that. So moved it just right. But no, we have an S780. Excuse me there. I was gonna cough. S780. We're able to sell our header as well. Header. And we bought this. So a little pricey. We have money in the bank also because we were able to get almost 200,000. Actually, we got more than 200,000 because of the header. So for the S780, we have a $5,700 a month fee. And we have that for 60 months, so 5 years. We put 10% down. We did the same thing with the North Star header. That's almost 1,800 a month. We got a 60-month term. That one, unfortunately, was not used. So the price is max, but I figure a nice 12-meter header was good, especially now that we have a long pipe. So that's one of the reasons I grabbed it. And this holds about 19,000 liters in this hopper. So I think that'll help. And be a little easier for our family members to drive under the spout and unload. Looks like we filled the top hopper here. Go forward and put the other 1,000 liters in there. Yeah, 1,400 liters. That'll be a quick top off, and we'll send this on its way to sell the standard dry soybeans, which if we go look at right now, I took it away, but they were farmers market. We'll have to take the eco soybeans to the biofuel. They're not quite there yet. They're getting close to their peak price. So hopefully we'll be able to put that forward. But should be a good turnaround. Sorghum should be just about done. And it actually is. So we're going to shut that off. We might need to go actually get more propane before corn season kicks off. We'll get this tarp closed and we want to switch this over. I want this to come back to the main farm. We don't need to go to the dryer. Get a sell point. And we want a farmer's market grain. And we are selling soybeans dried. Like so. And we should be able to roll right on here. I still need to add. So I need to add the helper mod, I think. Right now, something I'm noticing is I can't paint any of my equipment. I don't know if that's been an issue for anyone else. I'm going to look around. I don't know if this is a Highlands issue or what. But the option to paint is no longer there. And just for testing, let's kind of see. Yeah, we're not going to fit in there. That's all right. I'm going to actually put this under our large shed over here. With that long extra pipe, I kind of wish it was a folding pipe, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? With that said, though, we got a fair amount of money. I mean, obviously, a lot goes into our payments each month, so I'm not going to really push that envelope per se. But once we get this stuff sold, we're in the final day of June. We did get the stickers changed over. I had my hired hand. I'm like, hey, I need you to go to the dealership when you go to pick up the 780 and grab some MacDon stickers to put back on the MacDon instead of the case ones. So we did that. Don't get the green ones. That way it just goes with the John Deere. The next month, I'm hoping to start the month because it's been getting up to like the hundreds during the day. Ideally, we would probably start mowing. Get that out of the way. By then, I'm kind of hoping we come back up here. Our corn, we got a while on that. We have a while on the beans. Says our meadows are ready to harvest, so we don't want to wait till July. So that'll probably be our July job. And then kind of just deciding how we want to go about expanding things. I mean, ideally, I still think, because we own all the surrounding land of Boggy Creek area, I think we should buy these fields and eventually expand on that. I do wish we could bring the highlands into this map. Excuse me. We have them where I am in the U.S. and where I grew up as well. So I'm a little confused as why it's not an option. I get it's kind of limited to the expansion, but there's equipment that came in with the DLC as well that we should be able to use across the game modes if you have the DLC. That's just my opinion. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Was not seeing the option. We'll just kind of double check something here. And it looks like my truck might be hung up, but we're gonna run down to the animal dealer. I mean, it would be lovely if that was an option. Water buffaloes only. So that's unfortunate. We do have the expansion pack on. It's just not letting it happen. So that's just how it goes. Maybe it's this animal mod I'm using. I don't think it is, because I think they have support for the Highlands in there, but we'll see. But we'll get that stuff sold and we'll keep trucking on. All right, so we're in July now. The price of the eco bean never hit its peak and then start crashing fast, so we're actually going to be headed out with it, even though technically maybe it goes up the rest of the month. I'm not going to take that risk though, because right now we're going to lose about $1,000, so we'll sell it for 36. But while that's filling up, I want to go into the sales, used vehicle sales, because I think I'm going to do something. $97,000. I am willing to pay straight up for that right there. Has 23 hours. We can lease, or not lease, but we can do a payment plan maybe on the box, and I could probably pay for the solid box, but we can sell 2 pieces of equipment. We can sell our sprayer and our Wilmer spreader to cover the price of that, and it holds a fair amount, I believe. 19,000 in solids and liquid. I'd have to check again, but pretty good little deal. Funny enough, we have a Lexion 6900 Kloss just popped up. Now the thing with these is they don't really have a long pipe, so I'm okay with it. And it also, unfortunately, leaves the UK logo or safety signs on it. But we'll close that up. But I think we should purchase the self-propelled sprayer spreader John Deere. I mean, we already got a John Deere harvester now, so I might as well follow suit, right? We'll get ripping along here. Sorry if it seems a little stuttery at times. It always like slides and pulls when you make that turn. But we're out past the bend, so we should be good. Get this to the soybean, or the biofuel sold off. But yeah, I mean, we do have some money to play with in a way. Probably the most we've actually had in our account, I think. You know, we could always pay off a piece of equipment. Personally, I would like to put a large chunk down on a loan But I think what we do first is we purchase the self-propelled sprayer spreader. We buy the box for it, and because we won't need the sprayer for a little while, maybe we hold off and see if that does pop up on sale, because I feel like we've seen that 3 or 4 times already on sale, kind of like we have with Samson's injection sprayers as well. Those ends keep popping up quite a bit. So something with sprayer nozzles and feed arms seem to be popping up. Let me know if you use this mod and you see a lot of those popping up. I'm only going to do 35. That's what I've got this capped out on them, because it seems to work pretty well. 1, for auto drive, but 2, probably keeps me on the road. Going. But yeah, I'm hoping I can find out why I cannot paint anything. I wonder if there's a conflict. You know what? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is a button conflict with the new DLC, or even with the repair tires. We'll have to go look and see if maybe that's a key conflict, or one of the two. But the goal, they said, getting this out, we got 3 bins empty. We actually need to move the sorghum over to the larger bin, because that will not actually sell till, I believe, January, December. So we have half a year, so we need to get that actually moved out of there, so we can use the drying silo for corn and beans. So I don't know which way I need to go actually in up here. I think it might be through this side and then back out. Wish they had like a big sign that said pull through here. Yeah, I think it's this way. A white pallet there. It'd be interesting to see if some textures change, because one of the things I was noticing while I was down a computer. Dump those in. Too far. I hit the wrong button. That'll do it. Some of even the Lizard brand tires have gone white. Some other textures and some materials people are showing have gone to that white. So it's like they changed up a color somewhere. So we got 39,000. Wait a second. There was literally... Okay. So there was a little bit left in there. I guess I should have paid attention that I was capped out at 30,000. We'll swing around. We'll get that. That won't really matter much. It's $300 something I think we'll get. But we got $39,000 out of that. That was actually better. Which actually, we go back in here. 1188 to 1237. That's interesting. Well, that is interesting, but hey, we made some more money. So I think I am going to go ahead and purchase that propelled sprayer. I think that's just what we got to do. With us getting so much acreage now, I think we need something that can really work without really taking a toll on our equipment. We might have to build another shed somewhere too as well. But I think that's the plan. We still have to pick that, I think that's herbicide. Pick that up. Ideally, we should get some holding things for it, but we'll see. A lot of things we could buy, a lot of things we could do as we expand. Like I said, we're in year 3. I think we're doing all right. got a fair amount of equipment already. But ideally, I was always looking to minimize in a way, become more efficient, and have the quality gear. And I think that's one of the things I could do, even though it's used. I think we can do it. So, and maybe the sprayer covers what we need. Kick this over. So I'm actually curious, what does our sprayer run us for? We know that's 15,000 we'll get, right? Not much there to repair. That's only 27,000. It's got more hours than the John Deere though. So 27 meter. Yeah, I think. Actually, let's go back down here. See, there's a Samson one. Like I said, Samson right there. I swear there's another one in here. Yeah, another Samson injector there. Another there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they just keep popping up. Oh, is it gone? Oh, it's right there. I was like, is it gone? 50% off, though, for the self-propelled sprayer. I think we got to do it. I mean, we look down here. That's 48,000. 24 meters holds 1,900. We go into sprayers. The attachment there's 84, holds 45 to 47. I don't know why there's a little option there. Let's jump in there. So direct injection. That must be what swings that over. Never used that. Not sure what that is. Do I put that on there? 170 gallon direct injection. Load command system. Weed spot spraying is 68. I mean, we should technically have that. That probably, you know, if we're gonna do it the best eco-friendly we can go. I mean, there is more in options than there actually is in the base price of this. This is crazy. Let's play a dealership a fee and see if they can maybe find us something with all these attachments. 120 foot boom though, pretty solid. I really think we got to pull the trigger on that. Yeah, while we're here, I think we have to. We don't need the dualies, right? No dualies. Wheel setup's fine. Starfire, does that actually work? Spread star, spray star. Spray star, we'll keep that. Numbers, okay, great. Fenders, I feel you gotta have the little fenders, no? Well, for $4,000, I will pass on that. That's a hard no. And then Starfire. And then we got Lizard. Oh, the duals are crazy. We don't want duals. We want, there you go. We want thin. We want the 50s. $100,000. I'm putting the Starfire on. We're also going to pay straight up for this. We did it. We did it. While we're here, let's sell it. Do you want to sell this vehicle? Yep, get our money back. We're gonna also sell our spreader. Yep, sad days. Over here, dry box design. You can't have a John Deere. Oh, we can't have a John Deere. I mean, do we want that to be John Deere? I think that's got to be John Deere. What was the other option? Silver? Yeah, no. We're going to go John Deere. It doesn't cost anything extra. We're also going to buy that one. Straight up. So what we now need to do is we need to get to Holland. The sorghum. That has got to be task number 1. Whoa, big push there. But no, we need to get that set up. What I actually want to do is we want to collect from in 3, drive over, drive sorghum, let the worker on his way. One of my things I finally have to do, which I'm hoping none of this equipment's in the way. We need to fire up all this stuff over here. I have to make sure. Actually, let me get this fired up because this will be challenge 1. Definitely be a challenge 1 here. Should be good there. Says it's on. I think it's on. Can I get this turned out of the way? I mean, I want to say this is far enough forward. We also have to remove the rest of that. Eco soybeans that I forgot in there. That's empty. That's empty. That's open. Should be lined up pretty high up. Hopefully we don't get any wind. That should all work out. We got some room in this shed, that's for sure now. I'll figure out what we should put in here. I also wonder, I mean, I like this little extension here for the truck, but oh boy. Let's see what I did wrong. We're gonna have to go grab the side-by-side and head down there. I told our worker to go to the wrong point. Remember how when I set those, I told myself something would mess that up somehow? Case in point. Let's race down there and work that out. That was a little steeper than I remember it being. I'm just going to cut right through the yard. Whipping along here. Yeah. I know exactly what I did. Oh, it's the missus in there driving. That explains it. Just kidding, just kidding. This will be load to load it. Not gonna do that. We're gonna back up. Back on our track. Should work well. We do need to go get more propane. That is something else we need to also do. I'm just gonna back up here a little bit. bushes. Let's see if this all goes well. I hope it does. Because we need to get all that unloaded. Alright, dried sorghum going in. That is what we like to see. My right hand is down there. Just keep switching workers. There we go. We'll kind of follow them, see what kind of route they're taking. Hope it's a good route. We got a fair amount of sorghum in there too. Yeah, I think we're over 400,000. Maybe it's 372. We end up with dried. So, quick look. Top of the market, 265 in the bank. That would be quite nice. I'll have to eventually go downtown and to the dealership and pick up our sprayer. And do some repairs on that when we can as well. We need it. Corn's growing pretty good. Whoa! Speaking of corn growing good, I almost just went into the corn there. What are you doing? You gonna try to go up here? No. Did I put you on the right course? I'm just gonna swing up through the yard this way. Oh, yeah. They're all afraid to go up that hill. Am I the only one that goes up there? I know it gets close to bogging out, but... Here we go. Ripped by the cattle here. That's still running. Come on. Come on. Close enough to the top of the barrel, I think. Okay. Slow down. Just need to be pushed over just a little bit, but that's fine. Nozzle was a little off, but hey, we got it. We're pumping in. That's 60,000 liters of dried sorghum right there. So that, yeah, that put us over. All right, we're over 100. We're over 400,000 liters of dried sorghum. Well over that. So that is awesome. Before they go down and refill, we'll get a good idea. But I'm thinking we're gonna be over 300 grand. I mean, that is awesome to see. I'm loving that. Conveyor's a little off still. But I don't think you can swing that arm back any further. I don't want to move that truck back. Eventually, we'll probably get rid of these old style bins and do a drive over or drive through, kind of like our ICO down there. We'll see though. I mean, this is working now, which is the important thing. I want to see what our new numbers are. It's the advantage of going digital with everything too. You can kind of see. So 305,000 is what we'll have. 308,000 is what we'll have as it's self-feeding. Okay, $308,000 we'll end up making on it. That's quite nice. Let's go back down here. But we'll go put this away. Actually, right here. Let's go take a gander at this cornfield. Kind of wondering how this would turn out. Sorghum harvest is pretty okay on this field. pH value is too high. We kind of expected that for this end, I think. We go in here. We kind of knew there would be some blue still showing up. That's going to have to just work itself out over time, I think, is the only way that's going to work out. Nitrogen levels are pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Good yield expected. I can work with that. Get back in here. While we're over here, let's go check out our beans. See what we got going on with beans. Looking pretty decent. Expected yield, oh, well, up there. So we might get some good yield maybe out of this one, which will make up for a bad yield year. Got some good rows going. Looks pretty good, actually. Looks really good. Got some good alignment. Oh, yeah. This is looking really good. I'm happy with it. I think where we're sitting here, let's see if we can. I don't know if we can make a special. Oh, we can make a special redemption. Our rate is 3.2. If I wanted to take a loan right now, how much do I get? I get just under $1 million. Special redemption. We want to pay. How much do we have in our account? 370. Let's pay 70,000. Let's put 70 on it. Oh, you can only. That's right. They limit you to what you can pay. Is that what the year? No, that's not what the year is it? That's less than what the year would be, because 5,000 times 12 months would be 60,000. Well, we're going to do the special redemption, knock it down. We got 49 months left of paying to due on it. We're at 243. I'm happy getting that down. Can live with that. It's a good thing we got going on here. Getting back through. Some more sorghum. Can I get ahead of them? We're just going to go this way. Get this tucked away. Here we go. I'll be unloading that for a while. What I should do as we try to get back into the groove here of these episodes is really should go get more propane. And nothing better than taking the old International. Sounds so quiet. Trying to get a little better at using cameras and everything here. I guess, can I actually look over my shoulder? No, we can't. Am I that far off? As I say, here we go. We're trying to be better with, you know, using the tools we have. Okay, it's gonna hit that bean. Need like a little like cab mirror here. Well, I don't know. Well, that's why. We're like way off. And now I see why. It's 'cause it's also kind of tucked in there. There we go. We're hooked on. Oh, that's right. There's like a masker or something clipping it. A dead zone or something. Not a dead zone, the word I'm looking for. Question is, where's our truck? Oh, there he is. Going over there. So now we'll go get some propane, get that set up. Just trying to get back in the groove here. That week and a half of that computer kind of threw me off, especially because I was starting to get ahead on recordings, which was a little nice, to be honest. But no, we'll work through this, get it back up and running. And thank you again all for the support. I'll probably leave it as a short episode here, just because we're running through things, kind of getting caught up on what we need to do, kind of burning through the month. And I think, you know, doing the hay work, we'll be doing hay this time around. Doing the hay work in one field and silage in the other will probably just end up making that a whole episode. It'll probably end up being a whole episode, but we'll do that, get our self-propelled sprayer back to the farm, and go from there. So thank y'all for watching. Thanks all for continuing to support the channel by sharing the content, smashing the like button, leaving comments. I appreciate it. Until next time, Farmer Taz out.